Today we are talking about one of the most ubiquitous and often intimidating items in the grocery store, the famed canned food, Spam. Today we got our buddies at Garden Fork sponsoring the episode. You can check them out online at gardenfork.tv. Garden Fork is a blog, podcast, cooking show, and community all about cooking, gardening, and other fun, eclectic stuff. Check them out online at gardenfork.tv and tell them Dan sent you. Okay, so you have heard of Spam, but do you really know what Spam is? Of course you don't. No one does. Spam, which is a brand of luncheon meat produced by Hormel, and by far the most famous type and brand of luncheon meat, is a combination of pork, both the pork shoulder as well as the ham, that's mixed with some spices, some cornstarch, and formed together in sort of like a patty that's sold in tins all over the world. One of the most curious parts about Spam is this gelatinous coating that is all over the Spam that causes it to like fly out of the can as soon as you turn it over. This stuff is called aspic, and basically it's a fat that forms whenever you're making something like stock. So if you render out stock yourself at home, you're going to see that it's kind of gelatinous and smooth. So when the meat is cooling in the can, the aspic forms around it, which is what helps it slide right out and into your mouth. So you're like, Spam, where and why did they come up with that name? Well, it was invented in 1937 by the Hormel company, and they weren't really that creative. It's an acronym, in fact. Shoulder of pork and ham. Spam. On average, 3.8 cans of Spam are consumed every single second. And if you've never had it, don't knock it. It's kind of delicious. You can fry it off. It kind of has this salty, porky, hammy flavor. It's pretty good. And the number one place in the world that Spam is consumed? Hawaii. In fact, Spam is such a huge part of their cuisine and culture that fast food chains all throughout Hawaii have an option that has Spam on it. In fact, if you go to convenience stores in Hawaii, you can get this dish called Spam Musubi, which is Spam with some rice on it and nori, which is like the seaweed paper that they make sushi out of. So that is what we are going to try to recreate today. First, take your Spam out of the can and slice it into 1/2 inch slices. Meanwhile, make some Japanese rice. You can see our episode on bonito for instructions on how to make Japanese rice. Grill the slices over medium heat so they're crisp and brown on each side. Then add a mixture of 1 part soy sauce, 1 part mirin or other sugar if you don't have it, and cook until evaporated. Then add a bit of oyster sauce and continue cooking while flipping. Now lay out a piece of plastic wrap and create a small mound of rice. Top it with 1 piece of Spam and wrap it so you form a small, tight brick. Unwrap from the plastic and cover it with a pre-cut piece of nori. Sprinkle with some sesame seeds and serve warm or chilled. Make sure you pack your rice tight and it forms into this nice brick that you can stick in your pocket and pull out while you're on the job. I think people are going to look at you like, what do you have? And if they have a bite, all of their misconceptions about Spam are going to be out the window, and you are going to be cranking out Spam Musubi for everyone in the near future. Tune in tomorrow for another WTF, and if you have something that you want us to cover, post it in the comments below or drop me an email, hello@danieldelaney.com. And if you are a small business owner and you'd like to sponsor an episode of WTF, you can do so for as low as $1. Check out danieldelaney.com/calendar for more details. See you mañana.